So Hake is here. Hake is one of the experts here on the JLP Peterson. And I wanted to ask Hake something because he know a little bit about politics more than I do. The Republicans are saying, and I hear it a lot, that come November, that there's going to be a red wave in the country. Do you believe that there's going to be a red wave?
No, because the Republicans aren't fighting back strongly, and that doesn't really inspire a lot of excitement. You know, they fight back in like a weak way. For example, the Breonna Taylor case, you know how the radicals are really going after the cops after that woman who was ex-girlfriends with a drug dealer,
Oh, yeah.
got herself shot and killed.
That black woman?
Yeah.
Say her name.
Yeah, exactly. They said her name.
Say her name.
They repeated her name throughout this black attorney general of Kentucky's whole speech. And then, like, he put out this statement before that saying, being all just kind of weak and nice about it, you know?
A black Republican?
Yeah, he's a black Republican attorney general. And he was charged with whether to prosecute the cops or not at the state level.
Right.
Now that the Obama DOJ or Biden DOJ has charged like 4 different officers of that thing, they're all excited, and so the radicals are pushing hard against what's right, but the people supposedly for what's right are not pushing hard. I mean, there may be some wins that are nice, but supposedly nice, but I would be kind of surprised if it was overwhelming.
The reason I was wondering about that because I realized the other day that the Republican Party is no different than the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
In that they are for illegal aliens coming across the border. They don't care about that.
Yeah.
They get power from it, cheap labor, blah, blah, blah themselves, right?
Or they'll run on our excitement against it.
Yeah.
But then they won't be effective against it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they support the Democratic Party in sending all our money over to Ukraine.
Yeah.
They're not fighting against that.
Right.
And I noticed that the Republican Party are doing exactly what they're electing all these women, and they're just praising it, and they don't really stand for anything. Why do they think that the voters will vote for them? I don't understand for what purpose.
Yeah.
They're not giving the voters any reason to vote for them. They're just getting excited because the midterm coming up, and they're promoting themselves, trying to get elected. But they haven't stopped and are not stopping anything.
Yeah, that's true.
The white cops are going to jail for doing their job, and you don't hear outcry about that or anything.
They're weak on the education of the children in schools. They're weak on so-called same-sex marriage and stuff.
Yeah, everything.
You have Republicans infighting over that Viktor Orban guy from Hungary, the Prime Minister of Hungary. He came over and spoke at CPAC saying marriage is between one man and one woman.
Oh, he came over here?
Yeah, he came over and spoke at CPAC in Texas.
I admire that guy. I didn't know that. He's a tough one.
Right. But there's a whole subset of Republicans disavowing him and pretending like the Republicans are bigots for saying that marriage is between a man and a woman.
Now, there might be, we don't know until November happens, right? I'm thinking that they are thinking that because of the gas prices, food prices, and things like that, that's going to make people go and vote for them. But I'm not sure it will because the Republicans haven't done anything to stop all that.
I know. Yeah, and then the Democrats just passed this huge spending bill, $750 billion or something like that.
Yeah.
For supposed climate change and so-called health care and taxes and raising the taxes on like these businesses. And they're pretending like this is a big win and a big turnaround for Biden, who's been struggling. That's the message of the mainstream media. And so like they're going to be giving out free stuff, and so people will be seduced again.
Another thing that they're doing too is just like the Democrats, the Republicans are looking for black people to run now.
I know. It's embarrassing.
I know. And then those Republicans, they're scared of the black people too. They don't want to be called racist. And so those blacks, a lot of black people who claim to be Republicans are not true Republicans.
Yeah.
They are only in the Republican club because they feel black people need to be a part of both Republican and Democratic Party. But they're not truly Republicans.
Right.
Conservative Republicans, like that guy Tim Scott.
Yep.
They all praising Tim Scott. And Tim Scott is no different than a black Democrat.
I know.
Look who they're trying to push right now to run that.
Oh, yeah, DeSantis.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they know Donald Trump is the best thing for the country right now, best person.
Right.
And they're not all, they're against him.
They'll go for anybody who's like him, but more palatable and more politician-like.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm just not sure about.
Even if they do, it's not a real win unless they're tough Republicans who are standing strong.
Yeah. That woman, Nikki Haley, remember her?
Yeah.
You heard what she said, right?
No.
Watch this.
Given revelations from the January 6th committee hearings this summer that President Trump still encouraged the crowd to go to the Capitol on January 6th, even does that give you any cause for concern? Should he not run in 2024?
Well, I think President Trump will decide for himself if he wants to run again. What I will tell you is, look, I look at the craziness in the world. I look at what's happening with this woke culture in our schools, wanting our kids to decide their gender. I look at the fact that we've got men playing women's sports. What I will tell you is we need to snap out of it. This is absolute craziness. I'm just saying, sometimes it takes a woman. And Margaret Thatcher said, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman.
See, this is an example of what we were talking about earlier. Is having these dumb Republicans like that, they're not going to be any different.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to stand up against the radical blacks. They're not going to be able to stand up for the country.
Yeah, they cater and cower. When the government shuts down, it was Republican women who worked with the Democrats to make a deal to let the government not be shut down anymore. They're the ones who broke and
Man,
worked
we're
with the
in
other
trouble.
side.
This
Yep.
country is not going to change.
I know.
They're setting it up for it to make sure it doesn't change. They're not putting men ahead anymore as the leaders, and they're not. What a mess.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hake.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.